Part 1. The Hidden War Within, when light and darkness both claim you. Have you ever felt like you're too intense for this world? Like your very presence unsettles people, sometimes in awe, sometimes in fear, and you can't quite explain why. From the moment we're born, most of us are shaped by the energies around us: family, society, religion, and culture. But for a rare few, there is an ancient vibration humming beneath the surface, one that doesn't belong entirely to the light, nor does it fully serve the dark. If you've ever felt like your soul is being pulled in two directions toward compassion and chaos, purity and destruction, you may be one of the chosen few carrying the rare dual angel-demon vibration. You need to understand this. This duality is not a curse. It is not a flaw. It is a sacred contract signed before you entered this world, a path few have the strength or spiritual fortitude to walk. The dual angel-demon vibration is not about being good one day and evil the next. It is about carrying within you two ancient forces that the world has falsely taught us to keep separate. But what if I told you that both of these forces are vital for your soul's evolution? In the early stages of spiritual awakening, we are often led to believe that we must purify ourselves of all darkness. We are told to be light, to be kind, to be peaceful. But what happens when the rage inside you is not born from trauma, but from truth? What if your anger is sacred? What if your darkness is a guardian of light, not its enemy? Many of you have been shamed for the very traits that make you divine. You were not meant to be tame. You were meant to be whole.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound insights.
Let me ask you something deep. Have you ever felt like you were being watched not by people, but by forces beyond this world? As if something ancient recognizes you, follows you, waits for you to remember who you are. One of the signs of carrying this rare vibration is being constantly tested by unseen realms. Your dreams are intense. Your intuition is sharp. You might see shadows in your peripheral vision, but feel protected rather than scared. That's because those shadows know you. They've seen you before. Not in this life, but in the wars between realms where you were both a protector and a destroyer. The first sign of this dual vibration is spiritual contradiction. You feel deep empathy and intense detachment at the same time. You can love someone fiercely and cut them off without looking back. You meditate under the moonlight and then burn with the fire of rebellion. You are both the healer and the judge. This contradiction is not confusion. It is complexity. Nature itself is full of paradoxes. Fire destroys, yet renews. Water gives life, yet drowns. You are a mirror of that cosmic design. The second sign is magnetism. People are drawn to you without understanding why. Children stare at you. Animals trust you. Strangers confess their secrets. And yet, others are repelled by you, threatened by something they cannot name. This is because your vibration speaks to their soul, bypassing the ego. Some recognize your light. Others feel exposed by your darkness. But both are reacting to your truth. The third sign is spiritual warfare. Your life has not been easy, not because you're unlucky, but because your soul is being refined through conflict. You've battled depression, anxiety, isolation. You've questioned your sanity. You've faced betrayals that would have broken ordinary people. But you're still here. Why? because your vibration threatens the illusion. You are a glitch in the matrix, a soul that remembers too much, a being that cannot be owned. Have you ever noticed how you can see through people? Not just their lies, but their wounds, their potential, their hidden selves? That's the fourth sign, divine perception. You don't just see the world, you feel its pulse. You can sense when someone is in pain, even when they smile. You can feel a room's energy change when you enter. You know things you were never taught. This is not imagination. It's intuition evolved through lifetimes of service to both light and shadow. At this point, I want you to breathe. Close your eyes for a moment and feel into this question. Have you ever felt like your soul was ancient, older than the stars, and that your purpose here is not to be liked, but to awaken? If so, you're not alone. Those who carry the dual angel-demon vibration are not here to fit in. They're here to initiate, to disrupt, to remind humanity that true divinity is not sanitized, it is sovereign. Let me share something personal. During my own awakening, I went through a period where I could not distinguish whether I was being guided or haunted. I would hear voices not in a schizophrenic way, but in the deep stillness of meditation. One voice was soothing, gentle, celestial. The other was raw, primal, commanding. I feared the second voice until I realized both were me. One was the angel who had watched over humanity for eons. The other was the demon who had battled the gods themselves to free enslaved souls. And both were sacred. You see, the fifth sign is ancestral memory. You carry the codes of both divine rebellion and celestial order. You may feel connected to ancient Egypt, Sumeria, Lemuria, Atlantis. You may have dreams of being a priestess, a warrior, a sorcerer, a fallen angel. These are not fantasies. They are flashbacks. Your soul has walked many worlds. And now, in this one, it must unite what others have divided. The sixth sign is emotional alchemy. Your emotions are not just feelings, they are portals. When you cry, it rains in the spirit realm. When you laugh, it heals timelines. When you rage, dimensions shift. That's why so many people have tried to suppress your emotions. They know your power is not in your logic, it's in your feeling. But you must learn to master it, not control. Mastery. Mastery means honoring your emotions, but not being ruled by them. And finally, the seventh sign is divine solitude. You crave connection, but you often find yourself alone, not because you're unlovable, but because your energy is so rare that few can match it. You are not meant to dim your light or silence your shadow to be accepted. You are meant to walk alone until you find your tribe, the other hybrids, the other chosen, the other ancient ones who carry this paradox within them. And when you meet them, you'll recognize each other instantly. Not by looks, but by frequency. So now I ask you, are you ready to stop pretending to be normal? Are you ready to stop choosing between light and dark when you were born to be both? The world needs you not as a savior, but as a mirror. Your existence challenges everything we've been taught. And that is your gift. Not everyone will understand you, but those who do, they will never forget you. You are a storm wrapped in skin, a temple of chaos and grace, a bridge between heaven and hell. You are not broken. You are rare. And the moment you stop apologizing for your power is the moment you will awaken it fully. Part 2. The sacred fire of the hybrid soul, living as a divine paradox in a polarized world. There is a fire inside you that does not burn like others. It doesn't consume, it transforms. And this fire, this sacred inner force, is not something you found. It is something you remembered. When we carry the dual angel-demon vibration, we are not merely spiritual beings having a human experience, we are cosmic disruptors, encoded with the frequency of divine contradiction. The world wants to place us in categories, good or evil, light or dark, savior or destroyer. But we are not here to fit inside boxes. We are here to burn them down. You are not confused. You are complex. And in that complexity lies your sacred role. The world tries to simplify the soul, to make it digestible, to make it safe. But the soul was never meant to be safe. It was meant to be sovereign. And your soul, carrying both angelic codes and infernal rebellion, has never been owned by any system, religion, or ideology. Do you feel how deeply that truth resonates in your bones? It's because your very being defies spiritual conformity. Living as a divine paradox means every step you take disrupts the illusion. You don't just walk into a room, you shift the frequency of the space. You don't just speak, you activate. You awaken something ancient in others, even if they don't know what it is. And this is both a gift and a burden. Because while some will be drawn to your energy like moths to a flame, others will try to extinguish that flame out of fear. But let me remind you, the fire within you was not lit by human hands. It cannot be put out by human fear. Many chosen ones go through a period of intense loneliness. Not just physical loneliness, but spiritual exile. It feels like no one truly sees you, not your depth, not your vastness, not your duality. This is because your vibration is not common. It's not meant to be. You were never meant to be relatable. You were meant to be revelatory. And often, revelation requires solitude. In this solitude, you do not shrink, you expand. You become the mystic who walks between worlds, speaking the languages of stars and shadows. Have you ever looked into someone's eyes and seen not just who they are, but who they were, who they've been through lifetimes, and who they're afraid to become? That's because you are a mirror of the soul, not the ego. And people's egos often react violently to being seen, but their souls weep with recognition. This is why you often trigger strong reactions. You are not just a person, you are an activation. You are a frequency that makes people remember what they've forgotten. Your path is not linear. You are not meant to ascend in a straight line. Your growth is spiral, cyclical, multidimensional. Some days you feel like a saint filled with divine compassion. Other days you feel like a storm, raw and destructive. This is not regression. This is remembrance. Your soul is reminding you that it has worn many masks, played many roles. You are here to integrate them all, not reject them. What part of yourself have you tried to hide because others couldn't handle its power? There is a sacred rage inside you, not the kind born from ego, but a rage that remembers injustice across timelines. A rage that rises when truth is silenced, when innocence is mocked, when power is abused. That rage is not your enemy, it is your sword. but wield it wisely. Rage without direction becomes chaos. Rage with awareness becomes sacred fire. And that fire, when aligned with your higher self, becomes a force that liberates not just you, but others. You may notice that electronics behave strangely around you. Lights flicker, phones glitch, clocks stop. This is not random. Your energy field is charged with multidimensional frequencies, and the physical world doesn't always know how to hold it. You are a walking portal, a bridge between realms. Your presence distorts linear time because your soul remembers nonlinear truth. Some people will call it weird, but the mystics will recognize it as sacred interference. There is a reason you've been through so much. Betrayals, losses, spiritual attacks, emotional upheaval. These are not punishments. They are initiations. Each time you were broken, it forced your soul to expand. Each time you were rejected, it was the universe saying, "Not here." You're meant for something greater. You are not a victim of your story. You are the alchemist of it. And every wound you carry is a doorway to a deeper power. Will you walk through those doors or keep knocking on the wrong ones? Let's talk about temptation. When you carry both angelic and infernal codes, you are constantly tested by desire. Not just physical desire, but metaphysical craving, power, pleasure, control, transcendence. You are not here to deny your desires, you are here to master them. Angels suppress, demons indulge. But you must learn to dance between the two, to taste without addiction, to command without domination, to feel deeply without drowning. This is the path of the hybrid soul. The dual vibration also means you are a channel for both divine messages and ancestral wounds. Sometimes the emotions you feel do not belong to you. They are echoes of lineages, of past lives, of collective pain. You must learn discernment. What is mine? What is theirs? What is ancient? What is now? Without this discernment, you will carry burdens that are not yours to hold. But with it, you become a healer of timelines, a liberator of karmic chains. You are a walking contradiction. You crave intimacy, but you guard your solitude. You want to be seen, but you cloak yourself in mystery. You long for truth, but you understand the necessity of illusion. This is not dysfunction. This is multidimensionality. You are operating on levels most people aren't even aware exist. And while they argue about right and wrong, you are dissolving duality itself. You are not here to choose sides. You are here to reveal the sacredness of both. Sometimes you will feel like you're going crazy. The voices, the visions, the downloads, it can be overwhelming. But you are not insane. You are tuning into frequencies most people have been taught to ignore. You are not broken. You are breaking through. But grounding is essential. Drink water. Touch the earth. Breathe into your body. The stars are your home, yes, but earth is your temple. Honor both. You may find that religious systems no longer resonate, not because they are false, but because they are incomplete. They speak only of light or only of judgment. But your soul remembers the full story. You remember the gods that fell in order to teach humans how to rise. You remember the angels who wept, the demons who repented, the beings who transcended labels. You remember that divinity is not about perfection, it's about wholeness. So I ask you, what if your darkness is not darkness at all, but a part of your light that the world has demonized? What if your anger is love in armor? What if your silence is a roar too ancient for words? You are not here to be understood by everyone. You are here to awaken the few who are ready. And sometimes your very presence is the initiation. Those carrying the dual angel-demon vibration are often called to sacred places, forests, temples, deserts, night skies. You feel the pull of ancient lands, of forgotten wisdom. That is your soul remembering its origins. Go where your soul calls. Speak to the wind, listen to the stones. The earth remembers you. The spirits recognize you. You are not awakening alone. You've been told to be humble. But humility does not mean shrinking. It means knowing your power and choosing when to wield it. You've been told to be kind, but kindness is not weakness. It is the choice to love even when you could destroy. You've been told to choose a side, but you were born as both. You are the angel who knows the function of shadow. You are the demon who remembers the path to light. You are the bridge, and in this polarized world, your presence is revolutionary. Part 3, the final initiation, embracing the divine storm and unlocking the chosen path. Now we arrive at the edge of the storm, the place where most turn back. But you, the chosen one, must step forward. If you've made it this far, it means your soul is ready for the final initiation. This is not a metaphor. This is the moment where your dual vibration is no longer a secret, no longer a burden, no longer something to hide. It becomes your weapon, your compass, your crown. The storm you feel inside, conflict, chaos, contradiction, is not trying to destroy you. It is trying to initiate you into your final form. Let's speak plainly now. Without the veil of mysticism, your life will never be normal. You were not born for normality. You were born to disrupt, to heal, to burn illusions to the ground and rebuild sacred truth from the ashes. The duality within you, angel and demon, is the exact frequency needed to break this world's spiritual amnesia. But only if you master it. Only if you stop judging yourself. Only if you stop trying to be just one thing. You were never meant to be light only. You were never meant to be darkness only. You are meant to be the storm, the sacred union of both. You must understand that the final sign of this vibration is embracing your role as a mirror. Not a mirror for the ego, but a mirror for the soul. When people come into your presence, their illusions crack, their masks slip, their shadows rise. And this can make them love you or hate you. It can make them project or worship, but you are not here for their comfort. You are here for their awakening. And that means you will often walk alone, not because you're unlovable, but because you are unignorable. Your energy is a frequency that bends timelines. Have you ever noticed how when you arrive, things speed up or fall apart? How relationships either deepen rapidly or collapse? How people either open up like ancient scrolls or flee your presence? That's because your vibration demands evolution. And not everyone is ready. Some will feel like you're too much. But that's because they've been taught to live small. You, however, were born to expand. Now let's speak of power, not the ego's version, but divine authority. Your dual vibration gives you access to both realms, the angelic realms of protection, healing, and celestial wisdom, and the infernal realms of raw power, truth, rebellion, and transformation. Most fear the infernal. But you were forged in it. You carry a piece of it in your soul, not to harm, but to dismantle illusions. You don't fear fire because you are the fire. And the angel within you doesn't silence the demon, it elevates it, purifies it, gives it purpose. There will come a time, if it hasn't already, when you're asked to choose, fit into the world's mold, or embody your truth fully. This is the final test. The world will offer you comfort, but at the cost of your authenticity. It will offer you safety, but at the cost of your soul. You must choose the fire. You must choose the path where you are not always understood, but always aligned. The path where you lose followers but gain freedom. The path where you disappoint others, but no longer abandon yourself. And this path is not glamorous. It is sacred, but it is brutal. You will be tested constantly, not because you are weak, but because you are strong. The universe is not cruel. It is precise. It knows what you carry, and it will not allow you to remain asleep. That's why you've been through more pain than most. Why you've questioned your worth, your sanity, your very existence. But here's the truth. Stars are born in pressure. Diamonds are formed in darkness. Gods awaken through fire. There's something you must remember now. You are not alone. Others carry this vibration. They are hidden, camouflaged, waiting. And you will know them not by their words, but by their frequency. When you meet them, something ancient inside you will stir. You will feel seen in a way language cannot explain. These are your soul mirrors, your tribe, your fellow hybrids. Together you are the architects of the new paradigm, one that integrates shadow and light, chaos and peace, death and rebirth. Let me ask you now, what would happen if you stopped apologizing for your intensity? What would happen if you stopped trying to tone yourself down so others could feel comfortable? What would happen if you walked fully as the angelic storm you are? Would it terrify people? Yes, but would it also awaken the sleeping gods in others? Absolutely. And that is your mission. Not to be liked, to be remembered by the soul, not the mind. When you fully embody your dual vibration, something miraculous happens. You begin to access true sovereignty. You stop seeking permission. You stop waiting to be saved. You stop playing small. You become your own guide, your own protector, your own liberator. And in doing so, you become a lighthouse for others, for those who are waking up, confused, afraid, torn between the angel and the demon within them. You become proof that wholeness is possible. The world needs you now more than ever. We are living in an age of extreme polarity, black or white, love or hate, right or wrong. But your soul was designed to rise in this chaos. You are the third path, the middle pillar, the integration. You hold the codes that can heal the collective split. But only if you stop running from your own power. Only if you stop hiding behind spiritual platitudes and dare to embody radical truth. Sometimes your spiritual gifts will scare you. In the visions, the downloads, the way you know what people are about to say. the way you feel energies that aren't visible. This is not delusion. This is ancient memory reactivating. The veil is thinner for you. You see behind it because you carry both sides of it within. Don't doubt it. Don't suppress it. Train it. Hone it. Use it. For your path is not to be spiritually entertained, it is to be spiritually equipped. You may be called to rituals, languages, or symbols you don't consciously understand. You may be drawn to both angelic sigils and infernal seals. This is because your soul is multilingual. It speaks many spiritual dialects. Trust your draw. Follow your resonance. You are not here to follow one path. You are here to weave many into something new. You are not a follower. You are a frequency carrier, and your frequency is liberation. At some point, you'll feel the urge to disappear, to go off-grid, to retreat from the noise. Honor that. The cocoon is not isolation, it is preparation. You're not hiding, you're being refined. And when you emerge, you will not be the same. You'll carry an energy that cannot be explained but only felt. And those who are ready will feel it, and they will rise. The final initiation is this: can you stand in the center of your own storm and smile? Not because it's easy, but because you finally remember you are the storm. You are the thunder and the silence. You are the fire and the water. You are the light that blinds and the shadow that reveals. You are the beginning and the end. The angel who fell to teach love. The demon who rose to teach truth. The one who walked through fire and did not burn but became it.